Hey friends, I'm so glad to see you again. In this video, we're diving into one of the most touching, funny, and thrilling anime love stories ever. Every episode is packed with unexpected twists, new attempts, and a roller coaster of emotions. So, if you're a fan of heartfelt stories, awkward moments, and characters who go above and beyond, sometimes even overboard, for love, this video is definitely for you. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. Mona is a beautiful girl who has always been surrounded by compliments and attention, but in high school, she meets Kuroiwa, a boy seemingly immune to her charms. Intrigued, she decides to conquer him, making him her new goal. Since she was a baby, Mona stood out for her beauty, and as she grew up, everyone was enchanted by her. In school, boys competed to be close to her, but Kuroiwa was different. Despite his kindness, he gave her only polite responses and avoided interacting more than necessary, which puzzled Mona. One day, seeing him looking at kitten photos on his phone, she tried to approach him by pretending to be cute, like a little kitty. While everyone admired her adorable gesture, Kuroiwa remained unmoved and asked her not to bother him. This hurt Mona's ego, as she couldn't understand how someone could resist her charms. Frustrated, she came up with new plans to grab his attention, such as climbing a ladder to show off her legs when he passed by. However, Kuroiwa remained indifferent, leaving Mona confused and determined to figure out what it would take to win his heart. She falls off a ladder, accidentally showing her underwear, but Kuroiwa is only irritated. Then, she pretends to be sick during class. The teacher asks someone to take her to the nurse's office, and Mona cleverly manipulates Kuroiwa into taking on the role. In the nurse's office, Mona tries to seduce him, admitting that she deliberately chose a time when no one would be there. However, Kuroiwa rejects her, saying it's not about her actions but something else. Feeling upset, Mona loses control. They accidentally fall onto the bed, and she opens her blouse, thinking it will work. But Kuroiwa remains cold, advising her to save such actions for someone she truly loves. The next day, Mona continues her attempts to win his attention, even during gym class. She poses, showing off her figure, but Kuroiwa ignores her. After class, she follows him to the water fountain, where she accidentally gets her shirt wet. Feeling embarrassed, Kuroiwa gives her his shirt to cover up. Mona notices his physique and blushes, but he quickly leaves. Later, her friends explain that Kuroiwa is a descendant of a feline temple and is forbidden from interacting with girls due to religious vows. He has never met girls like her before, and finds it difficult to resist the temptations of the city. Despite this, Kuroiwa fears breaking his principles for a relationship. The next day, Mona returns his washed shirt. Kuroiwa thanks her, but again tries to distance himself, repeating to himself, "Clear mind, pure spirit." Nevertheless, thoughts of Mona begin to creep into his consciousness. In art class, Mona poses in front of Kuroishi, hoping to catch his attention. However, the guy is focused on praying to expel sinful thoughts. When Mona offers to pose even without clothes, Kuroishi remains completely calm, which irritates her immensely. "Come on, it was just a joke," she thinks, but decides that today's drawing project will be her day of victory. Mona prepares thoroughly. She searches online for sexy poses to knock Kuroishi off his feet. She recalls an incident when he couldn't take his eyes off her when she got soaking wet. "Aha, that's it," she thinks, striking the perfect pose. But instead of being impressed, Kuroishi sinks into meditation to avoid thinking about nonsense. He draws, completely ignoring Mona's attempts to seduce him with her gaze. Meanwhile, her classmate Haruno can't take her eyes off Mona. "Hey, are you even drawing?" Mona protests as Haruno continues to stare at her. This makes Mona suspicious. Could she also be in love with Kuroishi? After class, Mona bumps into Kuroishi in the library. She tries to look intellectual, glasses, a book, and tea. "This time I'll definitely make an impression," she thinks, accidentally brushing her leg against his. Kuroishi jumps up as if stung by a wasp and runs away. "What the?" thinks Mona, feeling utterly discouraged. Jealousy intensifies when Mona notices that Haruno is always around. "Is she really my rival?" she wonders, trying to figure out why Haruno spends so much time near Kuroishi. But it turns out to be something entirely different. Haruno is obsessed with Mona. Yes, she even has a desktop wallpaper with Mona's photo and a collection of 300 pictures. "So you're not in love with Kuroishi?" Mona asks in surprise, learning the truth. Haruno shyly admits that she just wanted to be closer to her favorite classmate. Mona agrees to accept Haruno's help in winning Kuroishi over, though it still feels a little strange that someone adores her so much. The next day, Mona tries to confess her feelings to Kuroishi, but the words get stuck in her throat. Instead of saying, "I love you," she blurts out, "You disgust me." Kuroishi, the true gentleman, assures her that he didn't see anything under her skirt and walks away. What the hell did I just do? Mona thinks, feeling like a complete failure. Eventually, Mona and Haruno start working together for the school festival. Haruno suggests the idea of a cafe with costumes, but Mona adamantly refuses. "I'm not wearing a huge costume that hides my best features." Still, they find common ground, and Mona realizes that perhaps Haruno isn't such a bad ally after all. Subscribe to keep up with next week's road. But for now, watch this next video. I'll see you all in the next one.